Be Scientific series, Flying to Saturn, Impossible. Well, this series is based on all the college physics we learned so far. We examine some of the questions in the internet. Let's consider everything scientifically. Okay. So when you go to Saturn, it's a long travel, and this space probe need to fly, but it's constantly getting the sun's gravity, so the speed get reduced. And just like when you toss the stone, go up here and come back, you need to toss harder. Initial speed is faster to reach higher position. Exactly the same thing happened in physics. This probe is going V, but V getting less and less as it get close to the Saturn, because every second has the effect of gravity. So as you learn in the physics, the gravity create a potential field, okay, V phi, or we can use E either way. And the distance, say this is r, and this distance is large R, then potential field you have to overcome to climb this is going to be Gm 1 over r minus 1 over r. Okay, so this is the distance to Saturn, this is the distance to the Earth. G is universal constant of gravity, and m is sun's weight. You have this much, okay, and this is, you need initial velocity, the kinetic energy. So when you start going to the Saturn, you need this v. Okay, so we use a spreadsheet to make sure if I use a calculator, hitting wrong key is going to make a mistake. So use a calculator, right? And the Gm, the gravity constant, and the sun's weight, Gm is this value. Using Gm, the distance, this is r, this is capital R. Okay, this equation make this difference. So you subtract, we get this, right? And from this equation, v is square root of 2e, we get this. So we need about 114 Mach speed. Okay, so I tell you what kind of speed human technology can reach now. When you launch the satellite, ISS is in the lower orbit. Very high orbit is like 100,000 kilometers away. Okay, so that's going to be Mach 7, and you go to the moon with this kind of speed, somewhere around Mach 7 to 15, right? And take 3 days trip. If we can achieve this, we can go to the moon in 2 hours. Okay, we don't have that kind of technology. The going to the moon takes about 3 days because the speed is like that. We very came to the technology that can go hypersonic speed, which is like 5 to 15 Mach. This Mach is in German Mach, right? M-A-C-H. In English, some people write the Mach. Okay, so obviously we can never achieve this kind of speed. That means human doesn't have a technology go to the Saturn. So how about if you carry more fuel? Okay, so the probe has an engine part, carry a lot of fuel. The fuel make this heavier, so the energy needed here is per kilogram. If you have 500 kilogram fuel, you need even more energy to push this over. So it's like when you go to California to New York without buying a gas, you have to carry all the fuel. You have to put the back of the truck all the fuel. Then suddenly gas mileage going to be 3 miles per gallon. Okay, that's what it happened. So it's obviously we don't have the technology to go to Saturn at this point, and Jupiter is probably impossible. Only place we can go is Moon and Mars and the current technology. Okay, for example, the comet is a sun, and you see comet coming all the way, and Earth is here. The scientists measure this speed somewhere around 100 to 300 Mach. Okay, so the 100, if comet is 115, then it goes somewhere around Saturn and come back. If comet is 300, it's go even farther out of Saturn and come back. That's what the comet is doing. You need this kind of speed, because when comet speed become almost zero and gain the speed by potential energy, and it's gained speed all the way back here around the sun, 100 to 300 Mach. Okay, 1 Mach is 350 meter per second, right? This is sound speed. So that's the kind of speed you need to go to the outer space. Say Mars is inner space and has an asteroid belt, and Jupiter and Saturn is outside, and those are not accessible by human at this point. Human does not have a technology. And somebody talking about going to the edge of solar system, forget it, because the solar system, the sun's escape speed is like 6,000 kilometers per second, right? So it's like over 1,000 Mach, 1,000 Mach speed you need, initial velocity, 1,300 or somewhere around, to escape to the edge of the solar system, where the no more sun's gravity influence. Okay, if you believe the story that okay, the probe you just fly and inertia just keep it fly, this is like a Star Trek story. Okay, there's no such a thing within solar system is defined as sun's gravity influence. Anywhere in the solar system you have a sun's gravity influence. That's why the comet go all the way beyond the Saturn and it's come back. Okay, and that's all because of this potential well created by sun. Sun is huge, it's great. Sun is our God, right? I mean, sun is great. Entire solar system is under influence of sun's gravity. And don't forget that there's no such a thing that inertia can let it fly for many years. There's no such a things. Okay, the speed become less and less each year, and eventually it's come back. And if not enough speed in the beginning, you don't reach Saturn, just come back like this. So if somebody said, oh yeah, we send a probe to the Saturn, that's Okay? If you know physics, you can tell that's true or not. The human doesn't have a technology to access maybe Jupiter and Saturn, which is outer solar cell. The inner Mars and the moon, that's only accessible by human technology at this point. Sorry you guys, break your dream, but you can have a Star Trek story, okay? But science is science. Let's be scientific. If you like this video, please subscribe.